Okay, hi everyone. We're here at the Berkshire Podcast Festival. We are waiting for the event to start, and we are sitting eating breakfast, just hanging out, and I want to show you some of my friends who are here, so get ready. Whitney St. Andre. Hi. What are you most excited about? Being here with all my friends, and just the festival in general. Melissa. Yes. What are you most excited about for the festival?
The cooler weather from not being in Florida, no hurricanes coming, hanging out with all of you, and going to all the different sessions.
I love that. Pass the phone.
Oh, hello.
Eric.
Hi.
What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to talking about advocacy and hanging out with my friends.
Wow, are you involved in something that people should know about?
Yeah, it's a conference coming in March of 2025.
What's it focused on?
Focused on bringing families of missing and murdered together with experts, with nonprofits, with people that can help them move their cases forward. So trying to make a difference in their
Are you
lives.
working with anybody on that?
Yes, I'm working with these two lovely ladies here.
Oh my God, amazing. And look, we're joined by the beautiful Kristen Seavey from the Murder She Told podcast.
Oh, hello.
What do you look forward to the most when it comes to the Berkshire Podcast Festival?
I'm looking forward to the amazing talks that everyone's going to have and seeing friends that are like family.
What are you presenting on today?
We are doing from podcasting to advocacy, and we're talking about advocacy and podcasting.
I love that for you. Thank you so much. And we have Bob Mata, renowned defense attorney, YouTube superstar, and amazing. What are you most excited today about the Bobcast?
Hey.
The Bobcast Festival.
Hey. Naturally, my own panel. I
Yes.
think it'll. No, I'm kidding. All of it. I think it's going to be a great day. There's like a killer lineup. I think if you are in the area and you don't have tickets, you need to purchase tickets online and get over here right now.
Agreed with
It's
you.
going to be a great
100%.
day. It's going to be a great day.
And you ran into some snafus, meaning your better half is not here because?
She is actually in the courtroom in Delphi right now, watching the trial. They're having Saturday court.
Which is kind of crazy, right? They don't really do that.
It's kind of crazy. I think that the real reason is because of the sequestration of the jury, which is draconian, like no devices.
Wow.
No
I heard they were
phones,
taking
no
people's
computers.
stuff, right? The journalists, they were taking their phones,
Well, yeah,
devices.
they were apparently filming the jurors,
Oh.
which the judge
Not
was
supposed to
not.
do.
Yeah, not. She took like the AP camera. She took like 5 different journalist cameras, gave the cameras back, but took their batteries and their SIM cards.
Oh my God. Is that legal? Can she do that?
I mean,
It's her
probably
courtroom, so
not.
I guess.
Probably not. It's probably.
Isn't it infringing on the First Amendment for doing
Well,
something like that?
It's an interesting question because she had a decorum order out, which obviously said you are not allowed to film the jurors.
Yeah.
But if it's outside of the courtroom, I don't know if she has the jurisdiction to do that. So.
Does anybody have any standing? Like, would these attorneys file a case?
100%.
Interesting.
Yeah, like-
Okay, well, we're excited to see you.
I'm excited to be here.
On the panels.
right.
All right. Robert Palmer from the Broken System podcast. What are you excited about for the Berkshire Podcast
excited
Festival?
to see Bob Mata.
Oh my God.
Liar.
Bob does not need a fan club, okay?
No, but I'm excited to be here with just being able to meet and talk to people that listen to the show, and then also other creators are amazing. For me.
Amazing. So what are you currently working on? There's a case that you're particularly advocating for.
Currently, we're working on the Amber Spradlin case out of Prestonsburg, Kentucky. She was murdered in a prominent dentist home, and it took him a little over a year to charge and actually get his son in jail. So
Where can people find you? Are you on all podcast platforms or just YouTube?
all podcast platforms, and we do YouTube lives with the family right now.
Oh, amazing. All right. Well, awesome. We look forward to seeing more of you. Are you doing a panel or anything?
I am. I think I'm on a 2:45 panel.
With me?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Charlie.
I have not looked at the schedule that much, so
neither.
I have no idea what's
Bob asked me a
happening.
minute ago, and I was like, I need to look.
You know,
and
that's
see.
a good
So
question.
I was like, let me see what time that's supposed to be. So
Amazing. All right, cool. Well, thank you very much. Wish people a good day.
have a great day.
Bye. I'm here with Michelle Tucker, who is held this for you.
Oh.
the author of several wonderful, ethically made true crime trivia books and a Would You Rather book. What are you looking forward to with the Berkshire Podcast Festival?
Sure, thank you, Lainey. Well, I'm mostly looking forward to talking with some of the listeners, getting a sense of where they're here from, how they got interested in true crime, and then also listening to all the wonderful panels that we're going to hear today.
Amazing. Is there anything that people should know about what goes into making your true crime trivia book or the Would You Rather? Like, what was kind of the most difficult thing when you were trying to put it together?
Sure, I'd say the most difficult thing was doing research to make sure I was including content that was captivating, interesting, and also trying to remain as ethical as possible in the space with that in mind. And just thinking of things with the Would You Rather, there's a lot of hypothetical questions to get people really thinking about some of these conversations we've had in true crime, including ethics, but also unsolved mysteries and what mysteries would we most want to see solved if we could. And would you rather have justice or answers, things like that.
Amazing. All right, well, where can people find you if they're interested?
Sure, well, they can find my books on Amazon, True Crime Trivia, Michelle Tooker, Would You Rather, Michelle Tooker. And then also I'm on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, at True Crime Trivia.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, so now we're going to go meet Charlie Worrell from Crime Line's True Crime Podcast. Charlie, what are you looking forward to the most with the podcast festival?
This podcast festival or your true crime podcast
The
festival
Berkshire
in Boston?
Podcast Festival.
This one.
Yes.
I am looking forward to getting my panel over so that it is like vacation time for me.
Yes.
That is what I'm looking forward to.
What have you enjoyed most about meeting and seeing everybody thus far? We've been here for a few days. So what have you enjoyed outside of podcasting?
One of the greatest things about the community is that it is a community, so everybody wants to hang out and see each other. Hey, Bob, see, I have to stop and say hi to somebody. Yeah, everybody, the podcasters and the listeners are all part of the community, and you can do it on Facebook or Instagram or wherever, but where it really matters is in person.
Amazing. And
which is why everyone needs to go to the True Crime Podcast Festival.
Exactly.
I'm wearing Hell Bunny. I bought this. Justin from Gen Y has an ex-wife who owns a boutique, and that is where I bought this.
Amazing. Shout out to Melissa. She's amazing and
Retro
beautiful.
Vixen, if you're ever in Kansas City, go check it out.
Thank you. Okay, so we're here. Here you go. Take this.
What's this?
A microphone.
Okay.
So hold it close a little bit.
Okay.
So introduce yourself.
My name is Kim Jam.
Kim Jim. So you were recently influenced by a certain podcaster to listen to another podcast.
Yes.
What do you think so far of Pretend?
Wild and bananas, and I cannot believe the level of some people's self-delusion.
Yes. It's pretty nuts. It gets. Could you believe that it gets worse?
Oh yeah, because there's 10 more episodes to go, so
Yes.
I'm sure I'm just at the tip of the iceberg.
Amazing. You should encourage people to listen to Pretend, but what are
Yes.
you looking forward to the most this weekend?
I just love connecting with this community because it is so welcoming and not being a voluntary part of this community.
Yeah.
It really is nice to be around people who get where you're coming from.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed Pretend,
Thank you.
Javier. You can send me a royalty check anytime. Anytime. Okay, you guys, I'm at the Berkshire Podcast Festival, and I am so excited because we have amazing and talented creators here who are just like coming to celebrate the podcast medium. This is particularly focused on true crime, but we have some really incredible and talented creators here who are just going to give amazing speeches and amazing panels, and it really is just going to be incredible. I really think that you should come next year if you can, because again, it supports a wonderful organization and cause. And actually, I just found the founder of it. Hold on. I found Josh Hallmark, who is the creator of the Berkshire Podcast Festival, and I am so excited.
What's his podcast?
His podcast? Oh my gosh, he has so many. He doesn't know how to stop. So, Josh, what are you looking forward to the most out of this weekend now that it's here, the event's going on as we speak?
I mean, should I talk into it like this?
You can, yes.
For me, the reason for the event was building and nurturing community. So that's what I'm most just seeing people talking and new podcasts meeting each other and fans getting to be with their favorite creators. I'm excited about community.
That's amazing. So the event is also supporting some charitable causes. Can you talk a little bit about that and what the impact is on the community here?
Yeah, so we went with two different, a local cause and then a true crime related cause. So Profits are being split between DNA Solves, who is part of Othram Labs, and they are a 501(c) who are helping identify John and Jane Does.
Amazing. And then the other?
Is the Northern Berkshire Community Coalition, and they serve the underserved populations here in North Berkshire County. The Berkshires are very well known for the Gilded Age and spas and resorts, but North Berkshire County was hit really hard when a lot of the mills closed down, and so we are actually, North Adams is the poorest city in the state, so they do a lot to connect people with services, they are great with creating activities for kids and making sure kids are learning, entertained, engaged, and they also help cultivate community leaders. It's a wonderful organization.
Well, this is awesome. I mean, honestly, the event, everybody has really positive things to say so far that I've interviewed. So I thank you for being amazing and putting on something so incredible.
Well, we'll see. I think.
No, it is. And we check back 24 hours later. Thank you. I can't believe it. I actually found Generation Y, and one of the creators of Gen Y is Aaron. Aaron, what are you looking forward to the most for this weekend at the Berkshire Podcast Festival?
A bottle of water.
Okay.
No, I just love all the conversations.
Yeah?
That's what I love.
I know. You're a talker, and you love that. So, are you doing any panels, presentations today?
Yes, I am. Later today, Justin and I and a special guest are going to be talking about Vicky White and Casey White.
Wow, so you were lying last night.
Yes, we're not covering our Scother Grouch, no.
I was like, I really hope. We were sitting around the table last night. We were like, I really hope they're joking.
I have cases I can talk about that no one expects.
That's true. You could bring it
if
up.
I get desperate and I have an extra 20 minutes, you never know.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. We spotted a Justin in the wild. Can you believe it? That's amazing. Usually Justin shows up solo since Aaron hates me and never wants to come to my podcast festival.
I didn't know you were going to be here.
So yeah, I know. So he was like, dang it.
Stylist has obviously got you.
I know. We got
Yes, they are matching.
They are matching.
Justin, what are you looking forward to this weekend for the festival?
I want to get you in the picture.
Meeting Lainey and hanging out with Lainey.
Oh my God. Oh my God. And you're doing a presentation with Aaron. Are you doing any other ones? Is that the only one
I'm
you guys
doing
got?
one tomorrow
Uh-huh.
with Dr. Shiloh about the Cindy James case.
Nice.
Which I have my own theory about that no one else really points out.
Okay.
And I think it's obvious, but I'm the master of the obvious.
Okay, awesome. Well, we already know where to find Gen Y, so I don't need you to plug your socials because you're super famous already, so we're solid. Thank you so much.
Shot of our thing.
Yeah, I already did. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Bill.
Hi.
Can you hold that or no?
Oh my
That's
gosh.
down.
Let me put this down on the
So glad you're here.
Generation Y table.
Just don't spill your coffee.
Don't spill the coffee.
Yeah. So
Oh,
you
I'm
host.
holding my own microphone.
Yes, we're influencing, right? This is
Yeah,
what the influencers
absolutely.
do.
Hey.
So you host the Mind Over Murder podcast.
Right. And I just drove up here from beautiful Norfolk, Connecticut, which
Yes.
is an hour and a half south.
Okay. And so what are you looking forward to this weekend?
Well, networking with my fellow podcasters.
Yes.
My podcast partner, Kristen Dilly, is not here.
Oh, okay.
She just got back from attending the invitation-only VDOC Society.
Oh, wow.
Which she can't talk about the case or any of the things they talked about, you're sworn to secrecy. But she's just coming back from that, so I'm covering this.
Okay. Awesome.
We consider ourselves a Berkshire's podcast, so we wanted to be here.
That's amazing. Well, we're obviously very happy to see you again. Are you planning on coming to the True Crime Podcast Festival next year in Boston?
I am.
Amazing. Are you wanting to do a panel or anything?
Sure. Hopefully we'll be discussing additional solves in the Colonial Parkway murders,
Yes.
my sister's case.
Yes.
And we are hearing from law enforcement that
Things
the
are
case
moving.
continues to move forward. We have one solve this past
Yes.
January that linked 3 victims.
Yes.
Robin Edwards, David Knobling, and a woman we were not familiar with named Teresa Howell, who was killed in 1989. And now with sexual assault kit initiative grants. Thank you, DOJ, for the SAKI program. We are now testing new evidence, and we may even be identifying new suspects.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. I love that you are focused on advocacy, even though you've been affected, unfortunately, by crime.
Yeah.
And for a lot of people, that can cause them to kind of not want to ever touch anything in true crime or be associated with it because of the trauma that can happen on a person after that. So where do you find the motivation to continue the work that you're doing, not just for your sister, but for other people and families?
Well, I'm just a stubborn Irishman from Boston who's too dumb to quit.
I love that. But you know what? People need people like that to be able to advocate for themselves or encourage them to advocate for others when it's especially difficult to do. So I appreciate the work that you do.
Well, thank you. It's funny, when you get to know people in the true crime space, particularly, it's in the evening and things are a little more relaxed and maybe someone's had a cocktail or two. It starts to come out that many, many people in the true crime space have been touched by violent crime in some way or another, whether they were a victim themselves or they were the family member of a victim. I think a lot of people that are drawn to this work are people that would like to see cases move forward and they want to help in any way that they can. They might have just gotten into it because of their own spirit and willingness to help. But a lot of times when you get to know them, you realize, gosh, you've had this experience too, or someone you know has.
Yeah, that's incredible. Well, I look forward to hanging out more this weekend and everything, and we'll check in probably later at some point too. Where can people find you if they're interested?
Well, you can look for the Mind Over Murder podcast wherever podcasts are sold, and we have the Colonial Parkway Murders page and the Mind Over Murder page. We also maintain websites. I know that seems old school, but particularly when journalists are asking me about cases, we try to provide a lot of resources, and so people can get a hold of us pretty much any way you want to try. We'll be there.
Let's see the logo here. It's covered by your badge.
It is.
There you go.
It's
Mind
covered
Over
by my
Murder.
badge.
Yeah, so awesome. Well, thank you for taking the time to talk with me. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
And we created this really great community, and it wasn't about
tell stories that aren't being featured on other podcasts.
So one of the things that is kind of going around right now is this idea of ethical true crime content creation. And it's become kind of a buzzword, and I feel like it's cheapened a little bit, right? Because anybody can say that they're ethical. It doesn't necessarily mean that they are. There's no governing body over true crime podcasts, so it's really
Sounds like Roman.
Kind of does.
There we go.
Put a pin in that. Bob Mata.
The murder the wife thing. So you're running something else, and I run across David Glenn Lewis, and it was just shocking because when you go through the details of the case, it starts to make no sense.
Yeah, I'm always particularly fascinated by cases where someone goes missing and is found at a spot they had no reason to be at. And this is a guy who was found dead 1,600 miles away from where he lived, and no one knows how.
Okay, you guys, so I am literally sitting in the Nashville airport waiting to get on my flight home. It doesn't take off for like another 2 hours. But I wanted to just give the final thoughts on the Berkshire Podcast Festival. I had so much fun getting to see everyone again. I always get amped up and jazzed up when I can see other creators like in their element. I didn't have a table or anything. I only did 2 panels, but it was just so much fun to get and hang out with my friends who I love seeing every year. And it's nice to see them also in addition to the True Crime Podcast Festival, it's really nice to see them in something else, in a different element, a lot more low-key and chill, I think. But I just want to say that I am so proud of Josh. Like, he is just so incredible. He's trying to build a community back, and he said something that really resonated with me when we were there, is that there used to be a time within our community that like we could gather together, we could come together as a community and really be there for each other in ways that like you're just there for your friends. And we've lost so much of that, which is also what I was trying to build with the True Crime Podcast Festival. And so I love to see other creators out there with the same mindset going like, yeah, we can get that community, because it was so amazing and so beautiful. And we focus so much on the competition of things and like who has the highest numbers or who has the biggest ego and stuff like that. And I think once people take away their egos and things like that, that they'll start to be more ingrained in the community, because there are some really talented creators out there whose shows don't get 50 million downloads, but they're incredible people, incredible storytellers, and they really do deserve our support. So I love that Josh is also focusing on something like that. But I just wanted to say to Josh, you did a great job. I am incredibly proud of you. You are amazing. And I love seeing all the success that you so rightly deserve. And I know that it's hard to digest that feeling of deservedness. But you are so grateful for everything that you have. And I think that that's what makes all the difference. So congratulations, and here's to the end of the festival.